You know, we've been following along this whole conundrum, this whole situation with Hasan Piker and his dog, right? And everyone, literally even people I wasn't expecting, has been going very harshly in condemnation, right? We're all joining in condemnation of this.
Who is Philip DeFranco? So he's a very popular just news YouTube channel. He discusses ongoing world events, stuff regarding creators, and he has been around for a very long time. You know, so he is just a name that a lot of people know, even if they don't watch his content. Here, this is his channel, Philip DeFranco, 6 million views. And yeah, I mean, he posts like every day, right? Or I guess he took a break, but Hasan, Charlie Kirk, Candace Owens. So I guess now it's a lot of politics stuff with Trump. But yeah, so I don't know. I really haven't watched any of his videos like ever, but I know that he is well respected and you know, he has a huge audience. So yeah, I guess knowing that, you're bound to get something wrong or have a bad take or something, but I'm curious what that actually is.
Freaking obnoxious champagne socialist that Piker is. Of course, everyone in the right is jumping into the bandwagon, obviously, but I've seen lefties getting really angry and even freaking critical, who is pretty milquetoast, right? Usually he avoids this kind of politically charged things. You know, he has a lot of, by his own admission, critical has a lot of the grass is green takes. Although I have to say he did condemn the assassination of Charlie Kirk, so he gained a lot of points with me. I do watch critical. He has made some statements in the past and I was like, absolutely not when it came to transgender kids, but then he qualified it. So after he qualified it, I believed him because I always give people the benefit of the doubt. Regardless, we can address that on a separate day. But in general, I like Charlie. I think he's a very generous man. Anyways.
Yeah, I like Moist Critical a lot, and I used to think that I felt very smart for saying that he's a enlightened centrist, and I think a lot of people feel smart when they make other people sound like people pleasers rather than opinion havers. You know, like, oh, you're a people pleaser, you don't have opinions, I have opinions, I'm so much smarter than you. But then you realize, like, you actually go and watch his content, and there's a reason he has 17 million fucking subscribers. He's a professional fence sitter. I honestly don't think that's as true as maybe it was at one point, but I also think, even if that is true, a lot of people who say that, they're fucking stupid. Like, their opinions, they have worse opinions, or they're not as good at delineating their opinions as he is at being a fence sitter.
Even he condemned, attacked Hasan Piker. Even
just because your opinion aligns with the majority of other people's opinions doesn't mean you don't have one. Yeah, I mean, that's obviously true, right? Like, you know, when you say that, you know, the grass is green ass take is supposed to be an insult, well, are they wrong though? Like, is the grass blue? You know?
Him. But you know who didn't?
And he also has actually said things that kind of go against the grain. And whenever he does, I don't think he gets enough credit for it, especially if it's an opinion that I agree with.
Let's watch, shall we? Let's watch.
DeFranco Show. You daily dive into the news. It is Wednesday. There is a lot to talk about. And in fact, you're getting a double dose today. You're getting this, and I just uploaded episode 2 of my brand new podcast, Crashing Out, where explained in the title, I crashed out.
Was that Taylor Swift with a MAGA hat? I'll have to watch that. Is it because of her new album? Okay, he's starting with, maybe we'll talk about that another day, but for now, let's see the situation.
Things that do and do
double
not
webcam.
Matter. Apparently, Taylor Swift's new album, it's her MAGA coming out party. So after this video, definitely check it out. Links, of course, in the description.
I will.
But we really do have.
Dude, if Taylor Swift has MAGA, then I'm a blue-haired feminist. Like, what? In what universe is Taylor Swift MAGA?
We have so much we need to talk about today, starting with this.
So
Let's talk about this
stupid.
Hasan Piker controversy and backlash. Because while Hasan, who's a political commentator, often pops up into the news over a political take, this time he was trending everywhere over this clip.
But it is emblematic of all of America's much.
Which, by the way, when people think that Hasan is getting bombarded with hate because of he just has a lot of haters, and that's why it happens. No, it's literally because it's people who don't know enough about politics or are uninformed, but are conscious enough to know that what happened here is not good, right? They don't have the expert opinion. They don't have the research regarding political affairs. And so normally when they say something that rubs them the wrong way about Hasan, they have to shut their mouth because they know that they would probably be put back into a corner where they don't know what to say. Whereas with this, they can just basically say, I'm no genius, but this is wrong. This is evil.
More consequential violence. Okay? It's this.
No, you know what's emblematic, guys? Sorry to interrupt. That Philip DeFranco has decided to blur Hasan Piker's chat.
Oh, true. I didn't even realize. That's intentional. Oh, man. Oh, no.
Why? Because they're a bunch of terrorists. That's what they are. They're insane. Yeah.
Like, I assume, to give him the benefit of the doubt, it's because they might say a bunch of shit that he can't read every individual comment, right? And that one of the comments might cause him to get demonetized. But I don't know. I think that's... we're talking about a subject of animal abuse, and that's already teetering on the lines of monetization, right? So, I don't know.
Honestly, I think Hasan Piker has got like the worst that the left has to show. So of course, Philip DeFranco is gonna blur it. Of course, he's gonna blur it.
Same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just fucking go, just stop.
I hate this clip so much.
Jesus Christ, what are you doing? You're being such a baby.
There's that sudden yelp after Hasan seems to reach off camera. It's led many to claim that he was using a shock collar against his dog, or with many also now demanding that Twitch ban him. And then to back up these claims, you've had people pointing to things such as zooming in on the collar and saying it's not a normal one. With other big streamers in the space like XQC looking at old footage that apparently showed the collar blinking. Others have also gone further back to find old clips of Hasan admitting that he owns a shock collar. So this also, as you had many noting in the clip, he says,
my old roommate wanted to use a shock collar for...
So my guess as to what Philip DeFranco is going to do here, because if what he did is bad enough to warrant a criticism video, I'm assuming it'll be a mixture of things. But one thing I'll guess he ends up doing is spending more time trying to battle against the falsehoods that are being spread by people attacking Hasan than actually going into the horrid act of tasing the dog, right? He's gonna spend a lot of time saying, oh, that clip is old, guys. With the full context, it's not as bad, guys. Spending more time attacking like the disinformation machine than actually talking about what was shown in the clip.
Fish and his dogs. For Fish and his dogs barking, I couldn't do it. I have it still. I bought it. They are incredibly effective.
But then also, in addition to that, some of the clips that people found, they're not necessarily about a shock collar per se, but instead how tight the collar is.
And now it's mainstream. I love her. I think her collar's too tight.
Yeah. Well, it's here we get.
You have to be able to get 2 fingers, and I couldn't even get one. I think you're choking her.
She's like.
It's 'cause she has a lot of neck meat.
Also, another angle here is you had people critical of Hasan saying that they felt like the dog Kaya was being used as a prop and essentially forced to...
Of course she is. Absolutely. They demonstrated that. That's not some people said. They demonstrated. They sped up the stream. The dog has to stay there as a prop for hours after hours after hours, and all she needs to do to upset Hasan Piker is to get up and walk 3 centimeters.
That's obvious, right? Like, by the way, I don't know, the sun is literally blaring through my window, so I can't fix the exposure. We're going to hope that the cloud covers it soon. It's 100% true that he views his son, or that he views his dog as a prop. Honestly, I don't even think your dog should be in the same room that you stream in, just because it's like, I mean, maybe you can be one or next to you or something like that, but I feel like it's just unnecessary, because it's just, you just give her another room in the house. Let her be somewhere else. I don't know. It just seems like it's not beneficial to anybody, because it's like if the thing starts barking or if it starts walking around making background noise, if you want it to be behind you, if you want the dog to be behind you, basically they need to be still the entire time, and you don't. Like, that's not good for the dog to be still the entire time for like hours. So the best case scenario is the dog is just not even in the room when you stream. Because if the dog's not in your room when you stream, there's no conflict of interest. The dog wants to walk around and you don't want it to walk around because it'll be visual noise and it could just be actual audio noise, right? If it starts to shake or whatever. So yeah, just, I don't know, have it outside your room. Dude, this sun is fucking exploding my face.
That's a fact. That's a fact, Philip DeFranco.
Stay in frame. But then there you also had plenty of people scrubbing through the video saying you can see large amounts of time where she's just not there at all. Right, and all of this, it's playing out while you have a lot of people going after Hasan. You also have a group of people defending it. Right, and for this group,
yeah, those are called his sick fans.
The general consensus is that maybe Kaya caught her dew claw on the bed, and that's...
Oh, you gotta be joking. The general consensus of who? Come on, Philip DeFranco. Unbelievable. The general consensus...
Is that what he said?
Fans.
People going after Hasan, you also have a group of people defending it. Right, and for this group...
Yeah, those are called his sick fans.
The general consensus is that maybe Kaya caught her dew claw on the bed, and that's...
Oh, you gotta be joking. The general consensus of who? Come on, Philip DeFranco. Unbelievable. The general consensus is that Kaya...
Well, I think he said the general consensus of the people defending him, right? And those people are insane, so they're wrong.
just so happened to get her claw stuck into the thing.
Like they're just delusional.
And that's why she yelped in the precise moment when the guy reaches out.
Genital consensus? Okay.
Hear a click. We know he owns that kind of collar, and he's not even showing. What about the pictures that have been enhanced after he showed the collar? It's unbelievable if he doesn't show that. He's got to show that, right? There is no... the general consensus is that the dog. That's the general consensus. And then there are a bunch of tankies that are shilling for Mr. Piker. And usually the way that looks is either they deny completely or they go into whataboutism, what about the genocide in Gaza? That's how that looks.
Yeah.
Right?
Cause you to yell, or with people showing the
It's a
clip in slow
deflection.
motion, and you
It's a mixture of things. It's like, one, it didn't happen. It was the claw that caused the whimper. Two, whether it happened or not doesn't matter because there's things that matter more, like the genocide. Three, it's a vibration collar, and maybe he accidentally vibrated it too hard. It's just a bunch of fucking cope. It's not real. It's all delusion. Or it's self-imposed ignorance that people they deep down know that it was a shock, but they're going to use obfuscation and mental gymnastics to convince themselves it isn't.
also saw people having takes like, she clips her paw, it's very obvious, saying you are willfully dumber than a dog if you choose to believe this and care more about imagining the suffering of a single animal than millions of Palestinians.
I do think that when he shows a tweet like this, like, why even give this airtime if you don't silently agree with it, you know? You had people saying stuff like this that I'm going to highlight and say, it's like, this is some random shitter. This is just some random fucking shitter on Twitter who's just bullshitting. And you've chosen to signal boost this, you probably do agree with some of the sentiment here, right? And he clearly hates Trump, so he clearly is wanting to give the pro-Hasan side more of a, a better look.
So condescending. It's a logical fallacy. I have our dedicated video link in the description. Please support that video called Whataboutism is Pure Hypocrisy, and I dissect it inch by inch. This, in fact, makes it worse when it comes to the cause of the Palestinians because they use it as an anti-discussion shield. They're literally using the dead Palestinian corpses as a shield for you're not allowed to complain about anything else. Anything else. What? Someone, Irina Tsaruska got killed and you care about that while there are people in Palestine being genocide. Literally, he could, at this point, he could have taken a shotgun and shot the dog, as he, by the way, said he would, not with a shotgun, but he said he would KILL his previous dog, and he said that he would unalive the dog. This is clipped in front of the Twitch chat because the dog wasn't obeying. I have the clip. I can show you. I'll show you in a second. So at this point, he could do that, and they would still tell you, but what about the millions? You have to call this out.
Exactly, because when you're using the whataboutism, the thing that you're distracting from when you're saying the Palestinians can basically be about anything, because there is nothing as bad as a genocide. It's one of the worst things that can happen to the humanity, right? Like a nuclear bomb drop, a group of people being ethnically cleansed. So whatever you put in front of the whataboutism will always seem minuscule. You can put shocking your dog there. You can put raping your dog there. You can put killing your dog. You can put killing or bombing an animal shelter, but none of it all pales in comparison to the worst thing ever, which is ethnic cleansing. So it doesn't actually matter. Like he said, you can basically insert any sort of mistreatment against the dog and contrast that to ethnic cleansing, and it seems like not even like a complete nothing burger, right?
Out Philip DeFranco.
But that then had its own pushback and backlash with creators like AsmonGold, for example, saying, you guys really need to stop invoking Palestine every time someone you like gets criticized. It doesn't help you, and it certainly doesn't help Palestinians. It has nothing to do with this topic, and you're effectively using their suffering as a shield for bad behavior. And then as far as Hasan's response...
I'll give him credit for reading the AsmonGold tweet, and fair enough, right? He did show both sides. I don't know why he highlighted this one and why he didn't highlight this one, but...
Every time someone you like gets criticized. It doesn't help you, and it certainly doesn't help Palestinians. It is not...
But it's interesting that these are being, actually maybe this is a small thing, but it's like bringing up some random shitter and then bringing up AsmonGold. Like one of these people obviously has more credibility.
Palestine every time.
Why is Asmon kind of glowing up? Well, this is probably an older photo of him.
Someone you like gets criticized. It doesn't help you, and it certainly doesn't help Palestinians. It has nothing to do with this topic, and you're effectively using their suffering as a shield for bad behavior. Right, and then, as far as Hasan's response here, I actually reached out for a comment and reaction. Right, and so with that, he called this one of the most insane brigades he's ever seen. Then adding, I rewatched the video, and I totally get why people are angry.
So this is why he was mad at Charlie for not reaching out for a comment, because he knew that he could just fucking put whatever propaganda into the replies of other people making videos on this. And so he knew that if Critical reached out, he would just do the same, and he's mad that he didn't reach out.
I should have instantly gone over to check on her. I was in full panic mode over the internet going out and the stream crashing, and I take total accountability for that. Hasan then also talking about the allegations around the collar, as well as the allegations that he shocked the dog. Regarding the collar, he said, I have a bunch of different collars for her, including a vibrating collar for communicating with her over long distance when she's at the park, etc. Saying she's professionally trained to be off leash. That collar can't actually shock her. Adding, I didn't press anything. I didn't have any
I'm curious what he actually asked him, like when he reached out for comment. I'm curious what he actually said. He's like, he probably gave him some leading question where it's like, how would you react to the people who are attacking you or whatever? It's like not actually pressing him at all. It's not like actually trying to, put him in a corner for shocking his dog.
Remote or anything with me. And then regarding his dog yelping, he said, I don't know what happened, but I assume it was her clipping her do nail on the corner while following the place command, but I get why it looks horrible to a person who's seeing this interaction for the first time. And then regarding people saying, the dog's just there in the background, or maybe even the dog is forced to be there, he said, Kaya is an incredibly well-trained dog and super well taken care of. She gets 2 hours of activity in the morning at the park and then another hour-long walk in the afternoon.
Dude, this is just like a puff piece. Like this, I honestly at this point feel like this is just a puff piece. Like you get the fucking image of him smiling while the dog's licking him, and it's like the totally propaganda biased response from Hasan. Like this just feels
with my mom.
DeFranco wouldn't press anyone on anything, to be fair. Is this true?
Hasan then adding her
if this is just par for the course for his content, then fair enough, but I don't know.
Police command is there so she doesn't lay on the hard ground and hurt her joints as a big dog, but she is free to do whatever. And saying people have been sequencing minor infractions to make up their own insane narratives about this. And adding, anyone that knows me or has been around me can vouch.
The gaslighting, this man's default communicative pattern is lying. We know this. He has denied everything and anything. And now Philip DeFranco shows a cute picture of the dog.
Yeah, that's
this
sort of like,
doesn't tell us anything about Hasan Piker. It tells us that the dog is adorable. Full stop. I'll show you why.
He definitely leans far to the left, but he's a coward overall.
This is annoying me so much. I'll show you.
For how I spend every waking moment with my dog and how much I love her and take care of her. But ultimately, that's where we are right now. And I'd really love to know your thoughts, because depending on where you go online, very, very different reactions. What are your thoughts, your opinions, and your reactions here? But then next up in the news...
Next step, unbelievable. Unbelievable, he went to the next step. All right, Philip DeFranco, you dropped the ball on this one. You didn't show shit. And I don't make the millions of dollars that Philip DeFranco makes to do my job, right?
I just think here's the problem, right? When you say depending on where you go, the reactions are a lot different. That's sort of like a very vacuous statement, because that can be said about literally anything. When you talk about pedophiles, there are certain people that would say it's cool and awesome and that we should be using the phrase minor attracted person, right? But most people would say that pedophiles should be jailed or killed. Now, when you say, well, some people say that, some people say that, it makes it sound like there are equal amounts of support for both sides, where it's pretty obvious in this instance that the anti-Hasan side of things, it looks like he shocked his dog side of things, is the main side. It is the popular narrative. It is the general consensus, like actually, right? And when he frames it like, oh yeah, depending on where you go, you get different responses, it makes it sound like it's a 50-50 split. It's really not. And I don't like that,
Next step, unbelievable. Unbelievable, he went to the next step. All right, Philip DeFranco, you dropped the ball on this one. You didn't show shit. And I don't make the millions of dollars that Philip DeFranco makes to do my job, right? Check this out, Mr. Philip DeFranco. How about this one?
What is this?
Stay. If you run right now, I'll fucking you. Like, I'll act.
Yeah, he didn't show any of the other clips.
You, okay?
This is insane.
If you run right now, I'll fucking you. Like, I'll actually you, okay? In front of everyone. Motherfucker. Come here.
What a dog lover, Philip DeFranco, yeah? No, this is exactly what it looks like when you love your dog, and then the cute picture licking your face. This, and I had to censor it because my last video got demonetized when I didn't censor the words, because he can say it and make millions, but I get demonetized. Look how he's now grabbing the tail of the dog.
It's so fucked.
Motherfucker, come here.
You don't do that.
As I say, listen to his words. So to summarize, if the dog doesn't obey, he will kill it in front of everyone. His words on stream. Likewise, if conservatives don't obey, he will GUT them on the streets, fill the streets with their red capitalist BLOOD, and let their intestines RIDE. His words on stream.
Brutal.
I personally see a correlation here, and I'm absolutely amazed, bewildered, shocked that, knowing the kind of context we know about Mr. Piker and the kind of stuff that he said,
yeah,
that now you think that it is generally agreed with a 6 million and a half subscriber
I didn't know his dog was a landlord.
baseline. You say it's generally agreed upon that he didn't do it. You're out of your mind, Philip DeFranco. Lost my respect.
It's not good.
One. Unbelievable.
I'm curious how people responded to this video. Like, what? I mean, I don't know. Let's take a look at the like to dislike ratio on this. Just cause I want to see. Let's just see. Hasan Piker dog shock collar. Okay, that's actually a pretty sizable amount of pushback. About 6,000 dislikes. That's actually, it might not seem like a lot, but it is. So,
but what about the chat? Let me see. Imagine peeling for a man who's yanked the tail of his other dog. Yeah, but it's also the threats. I mean, this guy threatens everything, from dogs to political adversaries to half of the population at this point. I watched the video several times and I still couldn't see the dog getting its dew claw caught. Yeah, because it didn't happen. That could not possibly have happened. Exactly. So it seems like even his audience doesn't like this, right? Shock collar or not, why is he so angry at her for standing up for literally 2 seconds? Exactly. Another thing Philip DeFranco didn't even mention. Nothing. I mean,
relative to the like amount, it is a significant. It's significant enough. Well, yeah. Also, you have to understand that, like, since that was only a fraction of the video, there's a chance that someone dislikes it because of what he said about Hasan, and then re-likes the video because he said something that they agree with later on in the video, right?
Guys,
it's not like an entire video. If the video ended there, it would be a lot worse dislikes.
Critical says it.
Yeah.
Moist Critical says this.
Yeah.
He did call him out. And Philip DeFranco didn't. Yeah, look.
Yeah, it's not great. But anyway, I'm going to give a like on this video, and I think I understand the gist. It's definitely the case that I would say Philip DeFranco dropped the ball on this, but I'll just I'll take a page out of his book and hit you guys with the, what do you guys think? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys all later. Goodbye.